How many times do you think they can say romantic in one episode?
There was a lot of mention of the word romantic.
Is there any word in particular that comes to mind if you think about episode 4?
It was very romantic.
It was very romantic. Hi, I'm CJ.
And I'm Pete.
Welcome to JiKookers as we're breaking down episode 4 of Are You Sure Season 2.
Yeah.
So we're still in Switzerland. Oh, I should mention before we get started, because I've been really bad about doing it at previous episodes, there are no spoilers. So if you have not watched, I suppose 5 and 6 haven't been released at this point.
Yeah.
But we don't give spoilers ahead. So, you know, if you're listening to episode 1 of this and you've not seen 2, 3, 4, etc., you know what I mean. Right. No spoilers for future episodes. That's what I'm trying to say. Right. But episode 4, we're still in Switzerland.
Yes. And it's still beautiful. And the boys are still being the boys.
They are still glued to each other's sides, sitting as close as they possibly can. Despite the fact that there's room on any given seat.
Yep.
We're still getting loads of those secret little touches.
Yep.
What was it on the caption? A friendly shoulder hug.
A friendly shoulder hug.
Just a friendly shoulder hug. Yeah.
And of course, we go around sniffing other people's armpits.
Yeah, that was an odd moment. Definitely an odd moment. But speaking of the friendly word, there's something I want to bring up because twice now today we've seen the English translation for Dongsang has been little brother or younger brother. And there will be people who latch onto that word and go, oh, see, they're just brothers.
Yes.
They're just they're just brothers. I just want to give a quick reminder that word is used for someone who is male to male younger than you. It does not imply a family relationship, just like hyung doesn't imply a family relationship. It is what you would call the person who is younger than you that's the same gender.
Okay.
And that's it.
So it's kind of an honorific thing. It's a word that's used that's translated as little brother.
It's translated as little brother. It's someone who's close to you.
Yeah.
So you're not using honorifics in a formal way, but they are younger than you and you're male and they're male. So those terms would be different if it was female to female, but
yeah.
So you get things like any in between. But anyways, but before someone turns around and goes, oh yes, well, you know, they're just brothers.
They're just behaving like brothers.
You know, one of the craziest things I've ever heard actually in my years as a JiKooker is someone implying that because they said little brothers and they're both from Busan, that they're actually blood related.
Oh, definitely. I mean, it's like, you know, two people from London.
Oh, clearly.
Yeah.
You all you Brits know the Queen, don't you?
Yeah, exactly.
Or the King, we're the King now.
The King. Yeah, we can just pop round.
Yeah,
cup of tea.
Put the kettle on.
Yep.
Oh, Charlie. Yeah, we're popping around. Put the kettle on so I can get for a cup of tea. Yeah, so especially with the size of the city that Busan is, I bet that was a surprise to their parents. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Crazies. You get some crazy stuff over the years in this fandom. That's for sure. So
back to episode 4.
Again, we've got cooking.
Yes.
And I'm sure someone's going to put out a recipe book of Jungkook's
probably
cooking.
Jungkook's
the meat
dishes.
Was interesting.
Yeah, it's sort of a slow cooking of the meat and then sort of brown it on the outside.
Yeah, but Jungkook lost a few respect points with you today, didn't he?
Yeah, he did the quote-unquote carbonara thing, which is not a carbonara because it doesn't contain any cheese, for number one, and proper carbonara doesn't have any milk or cream.
It doesn't have any milk or cream. Peter's carbonara is amazing. Maybe we should publish the recipe in the description.
Yeah, we could have a
You'd
recipe.
You'd have to write it down. Yeah, but it was a cream pasta, but yeah, you were not impressed with the.
I can understand why people would call it a carbonara, and they were using some kind of carbonara sauce packets. I'm guessing from a kit.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
Yeah,
because it turned it like reddy orange, which again, not
authentic, but
definitely not.
It did look good.
It looked
I will
tasty.
say it looked tasty. There was a lot more
tasty.
stuff in there than some bacon and some Parmesan cheese
and eggs.
Yeah,
Yours has eggs.
yeah, the eggs in it. But
Yeah.
putting the mushrooms in there and things like that
It
really
looks
give it a
good,
bit more.
but yeah, he does like to cook pasta.
He does.
A lot of pasta. Lots and lots and lots of garlic and lots of onions.
Yeah, Jimin with his peeling the garlic thing and slicing it.
I wanted to talk to Jimin about that and go, look, there are easier ways of doing this.
Yeah, he was being very precise with it. It was lovely. He obviously wanted to impress Jungkook and
do something nice for him.
Do something nice, and then the exploding potato pancake afterwards.
The roasty, the roasty didn't go well. And for those of you who don't know what roasty are, it's not that.
No,
I don't know why it was so explosive. So Jimin was right. There was moisture in it somehow.
Yeah.
It definitely should not have been like that.
No.
But it normally comes out as a giant pancake, kind of hash brown type looking thing.
Yeah. Like a deconstructed hash brown smooshed back together again.
Yeah, but Jungkook, as always, was so kind about everything and really was appreciative of what Jimin did and really loving about the, no, it's okay, we'll eat it, put it here, we'll have it on the side, and it was really sweet.
Koo's a fantastic cook, and he obviously appreciates when somebody does something else for him that isn't necessarily something that he would have cooked or in the way he would have cooked it. Although it was great to see Jimin doing the eggs as well, and he nailed those eggs. Those look
with ketchup.
Really good with ketchup.
So we found out that they eat their eggs with ketchup.
Yeah. And Koo talked about the fact that Jimin's not had great success with eggs before, which means they've tried making breakfast together before.
Yeah, there was that. Jimin knew that he had his eggs with ketchup, which you can kind of pass off. But yes, the first thing that came to mind is, so how do you like your eggs in the morning? And Jimin knows and Jungkook knows how the other likes their eggs in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. We're good with that, yeah?
That was all cool.
I thought it was great. It was a really domestic episode. There was a lot that was very domestic.
I was kind of glad that they lost that game. And therefore, they had to go do the shopping. I know they were exhausted after the skiing and the snowboarding from the previous episode. But it's like, I like seeing them in grocery stores.
Do you see Jungkook put the pasta back and take the one off the bottom shelf? Like he was trying to save money.
He went for the cheaper pasta.
That's great.
To get down there and reach to the back.
They are humble kings. They're always, there's jokes here in the UK, and if it's something similar has happened to you guys in your own country, by all means let us know. But there's jokes here in the UK about how they'll sometimes quiz one of the politicians about the price of something simple like a loaf of bread or a pint of milk, and they'll have absolutely no clue, or they'll say, it was such and such at the grocery store, and that they're shopping at like the highest tier, most exclusive grocery store going. But I get the feeling that the BTS members all know the price of what everyday groceries are.
What things should be. Yeah. They can look at it and go, whoa, that's a bit expensive.
Yeah.
Where's the cheaper one?
Like the pasta. Yeah, putting it back. And I know they were on a budget, but even then, the budget was 81 francs and it came in at 68.
Yeah.
Which I look and go, they actually got quite a lot of food for 68 francs.
They did, yeah. With that meat and stuff.
For somewhere that they're saying is an expensive place to be.
Yeah.
They did seem to get quite a lot. But I have something on my note here. Maybe you can jog my memory. They said something about America.
Yeah, it seemed like for Are You Sure season 1, I took it as Jungkook saying they were talking about, let's do this again, let's always do this.
Maybe not America.
Maybe not America. It was something along the lines of Jungkook saying that was for you.
Oh, I thought it was Jimin said that was for
Jimin.
you.
Okay.
We're going to have to go back and watch it again for you guys. Or maybe you can clarify what your thoughts on this were in the comments. I thought it was Jimin saying it to Jungkook, saying America was just for you.
Yeah.
And I didn't take it as season 1 I'd forgotten. Yes, season
Yeah.
1. I was thinking about the fact that one of the other places they went in between military time, because I won't say when they were actually discharged, because they traveled together before they were officially discharged, and the start of Are You Sure? So yeah, they traveled before they were officially discharged, and then they went straight into Are You Sure season 2. In between that time, there was a trip to America.
Yeah.
And I thought it was implying that that was the trip to America was for something for Jungkook.
Okay.
Now, whether it was a recording thing or a fashion thing or whatever,
he just wanted to go to the States,
or he just wanted to go to the States. It was it was New York from what I remember.
Okay.
But you're right. It could have been that the reason that they ended up in, it makes more sense, your explanation, that the reason they ended up in America for season 1 was because it was off the back of Jungkook's promotions in America.
And him doing it. It did seem, from what I remember, it was quite close to the end of his promotions.
Yeah,
it was
the promotions for Golden.
Yeah, in between the end of that and the start of their service.
Yeah. Because obviously they didn't do any promotion for Are You Sure in person, Are You Sure season 1, because it was released while they were enlisted.
Yeah.
It was left as a present for us. But it's great to hear them talking about wanting to go again.
Yeah, definitely.
Please bring it.
Yeah.
Bring it.
Keep doing it.
So yes, so we have Jungkook cooking again. We have Jimin cooking.
Yeah.
We have Jungkook's now infamous croissant sandwich.
Yes. Which I desperately want to have that sandwich.
Yeah,
now.
Fried egg, ham, cheese. In the way he split the croissant and then smushed it.
Yeah, the smushing seemed to be very important.
It did. And then the upsetting because he'd forgotten the avocado.
Yeah.
But I think that the moment that of all the things that were cold romantic in this, the most romantic one was the stargazing. Yeah,
that was beautiful. Really, really beautiful moment. With the two of them just sat out there looking at the stars.
Shooting star,
wishing on the stars.
And they remembered the one was, the first time they saw it was in Malta. Oh, I miss Malta. We need to go back. If you guys could join as members to this channel and we can get this going so we can afford to go back to Malta again, that'd be great.
You could do a Malta tour.
We'll do a Malta,
get a group of people together.
I'd love to. You know, that's my dream, is take a group of JiKookers to Valletta.
And show them around,
introduce them to people like Dirk and Bashar if he gets his visa back and stuff.
Those places are incredible.
So, stargazing.
Yeah.
That was a moment.
Yeah.
And they seemed very emotional and very overwhelmed, and the staff brought them whiskey.
Yeah.
Do you get the feeling those flasks they gave them in, they were talking about memories? Do you think those are like engraved as something special?
They could be. It would be, natural for a flask like that to have something on it.
I think we'll have to have a look next time Jungkook does a karaoke session from his basement, which we haven't seen in a while. Not since we realized that the reason his furniture was missing is because it's currently in Jimin's apartment.
Yeah. Because they're so poor that they have to, share furniture.
Jimin couldn't possibly afford
it,
his own, but we'll have to look in his barware and stuff and see whether that flask turns up.
Yeah, it could be there on a shelf.
So what were your impressions of then they left their accommodation and started traveling to end up where they are now, which is Interlaken? What were your impressions of that whole, the staff going, no, actually, you're going to lead us? Yeah,
I thought that was really, really interesting. It was a great thing for them to do, because I'm sure they get to an extent fed up with you're traveling, but you're being told where you're going to go. And you can put some input into that, but then the staff take control of the whole thing. And so for them to be, after Jimin's whole thing of wanting once a day to do the card, just so that to be able to swipe his card, just to go, I just feel like I'm getting all the good experiences, but I'm not getting those basic things that are just kind of cool when you're traveling. Yeah,
to actually be able to pay for your own meal.
Yeah, so it seems like maybe that came off the back of that, and the staff went, we kind of do, we arrange things, and you're not getting that part of the experience of just being independent. Yeah. And we know they went off traveling together before this with their complete independence, and to go into that environment where somebody's doing everything for you could actually be quite difficult, because you're like, I just want to swipe my card, I just want to like find the directions.
Planes plans.
Yeah.
They have 15 staff traveling with them.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot. It was, and I can understand. I mean, this is Disney. This is a full-on, Disney's taken this show on board. It was so incredibly successful the first time round. Suck that, haters. And Disney wanted more and was willing to put the money behind it. And the staff, from what I understand, are a mix of Hybe and Disney staff. So they were being handed responsibility for getting 15 people to where they needed to be. Do you think the train tracks were actually broken, or do you think the director threw that in to get them?
I actually expected when that happened, when they said, oh, the train tracks are broken, we need to get off here, I expected it was going to be one of those things that you quite often see is they're trying to throw in a spanner so that they can go, oh, actually, and now this is where we're actually staying. That's where I expected that to go, but it didn't.
It didn't.
No, but the whole, oh, and there's a ferry thing, that was, it seemed quite advantageous. I'm not saying it was fixed or that the boys knew about it, because they did look slightly confused by the whole thing.
I don't think Jimin and Jungkook knew.
But I think the director or the producer had already planned this.
Whether the railroad was actually having the trains were actually having problems and they had to get off and there was no full train on, and they wanted to see how Jimin and Jungkook would react if they threw that whole, okay, you found the rail route, but you don't have that now. How are you going to get these 15 people on? It certainly didn't throw them. I mean, no. Jimin just went, here you go. Yeah. Here's a ferry.
Yeah. He looks around, he found alternate transport, and that was it.
Yeah, and it was beautiful, and I'm glad they did it, because it was really good to see, and they seemed to really, really enjoy being out on the lake and the fresh air. And if Jungkook is too warm, someone needs to explain to him, you can actually just take the jacket
off. Unless he wasn't wearing anything under the jacket.
I'm sure he was wearing something under the jacket.
Okay.
Try and keep your brain on the railway. Try and keep mine with thoughts like that.
But doesn't it happen, if you take the shirt off and there's nothing underneath it, then just a cartoon shirt just appears.
Yes, the amount of times that cartoon t-shirt of
Jimin was determined to have his shirt off a lot.
He was. And it must have really, really struggled, the staff, and Jungkook must have had to struggle through that. But it's good to see them so comfortable, and they clearly really enjoy the staff that they're with. There seems to be a good camaraderie. Yeah. And the staff are still part of the episodes, but I don't think it's nearly it doesn't feel as invasive as it did in episode 2.
Yeah.
It's more they're there for support. I suppose there weren't as many games with harsh penalties.
Yeah.
There's the phone thing. Yeah.
Yeah, they haven't yet had their phones.
No, and the people who had seen, because Army are very clever, the people who had seen that trailer with Jimin going, no, you can't do this.
Yeah.
It's the one thing that I really enjoy. People clocked that it was going to be the mobile phone.
Yeah.
As soon as they saw that. So we knew it was coming. The fact that it's only 2 hours.
Yeah, that's 2 hours, and Q was like, yeah, they're just going to take them off us just as we go to bed.
Yes.
Well, although admittedly, I mean, Jimin does enjoy lying there scrolling and playing games.
Yeah.
So that would be probably the toughest time to take the phone off him.
Yeah.
If they'd have taken it off them before they got on the train, or when they had to make the decisions.
Yeah, I was wondering whether they were going to do that. Whether it's aha, you have to make the decision on how to get us there, but you have no phones, so you're going to have to go talk to people, or go to ticket offices or whatever. But they were kinder than that. And
they seem to be being fun but gentle with the games, with the wake up times, with things like that. Yeah. It's fun, but it's quite gentle fun. It's not the harshness that you see in some other
Certainly not some of the earlier run episodes.
Yeah.
And it feels a lot more gentle. I wasn't offended by the stuff being there the first time round, but they're not as much of a main character this time. They seem to be there for support, like, here's an umbrella when they got out in the rain, or here's a nice flask of whiskey for you to enjoy that we've prepared for you, and that was really nice.
There's a warmth in there. There's a softness between all of them.
And I think it's important to remember, as it's been pointed out, these were filmed just out of the military. They had not been in civilian life again, and the idea of doing this all completely on their own with no support after having been in such a disciplined environment must have been very daunting.
Yeah.
So to have support there to help them not just adjust back to civilian life, but just to help them so they didn't have to go through that whole shock alone. We remember. Do you remember when the live they did when they were first discharged?
Yeah, and just the shock of it's us and we're here with a camera and we have to, and they're clinging to it. You can tell they're clinging to each other, if not always physically, then emotionally,
looking at each other,
going,
hiding behind the flowers.
Yeah, this is our life.
Yeah, holding microphones, and the amount of the thing that always struck me from that initial discharge live is not the behavior just between the two of them, is some of the shots of the zoomed out area, the amount of cameras that were pointed at them. And at first I couldn't figure out what they were holding, because it looked weird, this square thing with all these wires on it and stuff, and it's like each one of those is a microphone. Oh my word. It was major news.
It was huge.
So for them to go from being in a very, okay, don't get the wrong impression if I say the military is a safe environment, but it's very protected. Yeah,
it's divorced from the rest of reality.
There's no paparazzi going to ambush you in the military.
There's no,
And to come out of, the divorce from reality is
it's a separate little world.
A good way of putting it.
Yeah.
So to have staff there supporting them, if they hadn't been comfortable with it, I always go back to, if they hadn't been comfortable with it, they wouldn't have done it.
Oh, they could have walked away from it.
Yeah.
It's like they're not uncomfortable with what they're doing. You can tell.
No, trust them.
Yeah.
As always, trust them. If they're there and they're practically sitting on each other's laps, it's because they want to be there practically sitting.
Or holding each other while one of them climbs back through the seats of the car.
What was it about grabbing Jimin's spine?
Yeah, it was like...
Or when Jungkook was like, over and basically put his face in Jimin's crotch.
Yeah.
Like, that's friendship.
Yeah, that's...
Bro. Oh God, why can't people see this?
Yeah, I love it. Always love it when people try and push that off as a cultural thing, which is, borderline / whatever racism. It's just finding a reason that a different culture does that differently.
Yeah.
Because you don't like what you're seeing, when what you need to do is look at what you're seeing and make a decision based on that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you wanna understand the culture from which it's all originating. But, we've watched a lot of... In all the times I've seen Korean street life, so to say, whether it's on, those walking videos or something, I've never seen one guy shove his head in another's crotch area comfortably,
or stick his nose in his armpit, or
grab
his butt while he was climbing back through the seats of the car, or those are some moments.
It was just lovely to see. They're so close and they're so clingy.
Yeah.
As the comfort that they have with each other, and that bond is it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Right, so we're going to go on to episode 5 next week. And it looks like we're still in Switzerland for one more at least.
Yeah.
Something about a hot tub on a lake, it looks like.
That would be fantastic.
That'd be, yeah.
Oh, you're not talking about for us.
Oh, shame. I would happily. You know what? The lakes in the UK are very cold.
Yes, they are.
And the lakes in Switzerland are probably quite cold too.
They probably are, but it's like really warm where they're at. That's probably
It was
quite
summer.
nice.
I could do a summer.
Mm.
I definitely could do a summer. Well, thank you as always for joining us. Remember to hit that subscribe button, and if you feel up to it, supporting us in other ways, you can join as a member on the channel, or you can come join the fun on the Patreon, which is patreon.com/CJ Moon. All the links are in the description. Please leave comments.
Yes. We like reading the comments.
We
it's
do like
always
reading
good
the
to see and
comments.
hear from you. So we're not feel like we know people are watching this, but listening to this, but we don't feel like we're shouting into the void.
No.
Even if you just say hi.
Well, and if you hadn't already seen it, since we hit our 1,000 subscriber milestone,
Yep.
there is a video out there now, and you can see the face reveal.
Ah, yes, the face reveal.
You even revealed your own face, and
Sorry
not like
about
a
that.
stunt face.
Yes.
So you can, if you haven't already seen what we look like, you can see what we look like there. Thank you so much. We will be back again next week with episode 5 and 6.
And it's great going through the episodes of Are You Sure with you.
Have a good week, and we'll see you next week. I love you. I purple you.
Take care. Goodbye.
Sarangai.